and welcome back to Little Jimmy's favorite podcast, Fedcast, not so live, coming to you from parts unknown. My name's Steve, and with me, of course, is...
Justin. That was very professional.
Yeah, I fucking nailed that shit.
Yeah!
Yeah! Your mother! I got that shit done! What?
What does my mother have to do with any of this?
She's just happy I did this right.
Fair enough.
Yes! I didn't fuck up. It only took 4 tries. Yes!
Fourth time's the charm?
It is now.
Alright.
Alright then.
4's the new 3.
It is now. So we're talking about the wacky world of WWE.
The wackiest.
Yes. Fuck it. Let's get right into it.
Did we do the week of...
The week of... Jesus, what week? Oh, this was November... Where the hell are we? Monday was what? November 5th?
Yes.
Yay! Alright, so
Cool.
November 5th.
For the week of November 5th.
November 5th.
But as always, we do this on Thursdays.
We do,
We're going to go back
yes.
in time. Of course, we're doing 2 SmackDowns this week.
We
it's a live
are,
one.
yes.
But we'll go back in time to November 2nd.
Yeah, so what
2012.
happened?
Luckily, not much. We can get it through quick.
Yeah, well, it's SmackDown.
Show Miz, reunited for one night only.
Okay.
Big Show and The Miz.
Yes.
Fought Kofi Kingston and Sheamus.
Okay.
Show Miz won.
Yeah, I'm
So
not
that's cool.
not surprised.
So they're continuing the Miz
Yeah.
Kofi feud and the
And the
Big
Sheamus, Big
Sheamus
Show,
feud,
yeah.
because they will be fighting at Survivor Series
Yeah, obviously.
for Show Sheamus 2. I think they're dubbing it like a
They gotta
big
be.
time fight, right? I feel.
I don't think there's any way Sheamus is gonna win.
No. They did, well, we'll get into that at a later date.
Yeah.
But yeah. They did a tag team match of sorts, not really. Like, they did, like, one guy versus one guy, and then right after, immediately, they did the other guy versus the other guy.
Okay, yeah.
The Primetime Players and Sin Cara, Rey Mysterio.
Ah,
Darren Young beat Rey Mysterio.
okay.
Darren Young beat Sin Cara.
Okay.
And then Titus O'Neil got on the mic and was like, yeah, we're the baddest, millions of dollars,
Yeah,
like they usually do.
Yeah.
He's got a whistle now, he's got a whistle gimmick.
He's got a whistle?
He's got a whistle gimmick.
Cool.
And he starts throwing out penalties, 20 yards, 30 yards. He did that again on the live SmackDown.
Nice.
But Rey Mysterio called him out,
Yeah.
and Rey Mysterio beat Titus O'Neil. So
Okay, so they're even.
They went 1 for 1.
This is kind of the weirdest feud because it doesn't seem to be going anywhere.
They're just having matches.
Yeah, but it looks like they're feuding.
Eventually, one of them will probably get a number 1 contender spot.
Something. I don't know. It just seems really weird, like, if you fast forward a little bit to Raw. It obviously seems like there's some kind of feud going between the two teams, but it's not mentioned, it's not hyped, it's not pushed by any stretch.
They just have matches.
It's just weird. But
it's funny to see Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara do the millions
that's
of
what I
dollars
mean.
dance.
That's what I was referencing, because I actually watched Raw. Pat myself on the back for that. That's what I mean. Is like they're constantly Sin Cara and Rey Mysterio are constantly mocking them, and it just seems kind of weird. Especially because Sin Cara shouldn't be mocking anyone.
In the mask, he just looks weird doing the millions. Because he's probably like, I have no idea what I'm doing.
I don't know what this means.
I'm sure these people, these fat white Americans, think it's hilarious.
Pretty much. But yeah. Okay,
And the best thing on SmackDown?
Yes.
Food fight!
Yeah, I saw the...
Alberto Del Rio and Randy Orton got into a food fight. And the culmination was almost so good where he's just like, I'm going to put your head into this tray of cakes. Like, that was going to be the... Not to mention the poor Ricardo Rodriguez spots where he got hot coffee and hot chili thrown on him.
That was just weird.
And then it ended with poor Matt Striker. I don't know what Matt Striker did.
I don't know.
Somebody?
He was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And then he got a face full of cake, and and when he came up with that sad face, just like, dun, 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 you know?
The sad Hulk music.
Sad Hulk music,
Yeah.
fade out. So, I mean, that being said,
Yeah,
not much
nothing.
for this SmackDown.
It never does. That's sort of why I
don't
didn't
know.
bother.
I don't know if the live SmackDown that happened on Tuesday, that's why they didn't really do much on this SmackDown.
Yeah, but that doesn't make any sense.
Eh.
I mean, it's technically a live event everywhere, right? Just we don't see it
Friday
live.
night.
Friday night, yeah. I mean, whatever.
Quote unquote Friday night.
Hey, I still remember going to a SmackDown once, and it kept saying like Friday night SmackDown.
And you just want to hold up that.
You really do. Yeah, I really do. It just seems really weird.
Cool. So we go to Raw, and apparently this show has finally worked and finally got to you. You finally broke down and watched an episode of Raw.
I watched an episode of Raw, and I gotta say, it was pretty damn good. I was actually impressed. I thought it was surprisingly entertaining. There were points in it that I laughed.
I cried.
I didn't quite cry. Well, I cried. I cried during the final match, but that was just because it was terrible. But I gotta say, it was surprisingly entertaining, and for very interesting reasons. Fuck it, but go through your points, and I'll explain why.
We'll start with before the signature.
Yes.
The music. Miz quits Team Punk.
Yeah, which was really weird.
He's just, I forget the reasoning. He's just like, because I guess the week before, Punk left when Ryback was clearing house, so he's just like, I don't want to be on a team with the leader runs.
Yeah, he's like, I don't trust the leader, so fuck you, and was just like, I'm done, I don't trust any of you, and, I mean, he shouldn't trust them, but, you know, that happened, and you're just sort of like, okay, well,
and now I'm hearing
right.
rumblings that he might be on the other team.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that.
We'll
get to that later, yeah.
But right now, his immediate replacement was Wade Barrett.
Yeah, which seemed weird because he's not feuding with anyone.
No, but the whole "you owe me one," Paul.
Yeah, obviously.
That will lead somewhere down the road.
I got to assume, yeah.
So, there you go. Somebody leaves and joins Team Punk for Survivor Series.
Yeah.
And then, this is what I was getting at with the one guy versus one guy versus one guy for the tag teams, because they did the exact same thing with the Road Scholars and Team Hell No.
Yeah,
with
which
Cody beating Daniel Bryan and Kane beating Damien Sandow.
Yeah, the second you said it, when you were, because I didn't know anything about SmackDown until you just said it, but yeah, the second you said that, I was like, that's kind of weird. They did the same thing on Raw.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I guess they like that.
I've never seen it, really, with a tag team facing one-on-one.
Yeah, that doesn't really make any sense. I mean, if you have both of them there, why not just turn it into a tag match? I guess they were trying to milk it for time.
Yeah. I guess so. I mean, because it did last a long time. Remember, they need 3 hours to fill.
Yeah, and there were times watching it, I'm like, they're just trying to fill that 3 hours, man. I saw a lot of the same promos over and over again, because I don't think they got enough to kill 3 hours,
They got to promote WrestleMania and Survivor Series.
Which I don't think they need to.
Have you? I don't know, because you just watched Raw. Did you see the Miz bucket list commercial for Survivor Series?
No, I didn't see that.
It's literally just him trying to fill up a bucket list. So it's him in a jet, and him moonwalking on the moon, and him mountain climbing.
Okay.
I don't know what a bucket list has to do with Survivor Series.
Maybe on his bucket list he wants to win a Survivor Series match, which I guess, I don't know.
It actually ended with him in a wedding scene. It's just like, and I now pronounce you Miz, and no, and just has him screaming at the camera, Macaulay Culkin style.
Ugh, okay.
And I'm like, that is a terrible promo.
Kind of glad I didn't see that, actually.
Yeah,
that's terrible.
Avert your eyes. Things,
all right.
It cannot be unseen.
That's ridiculous. Okay.
And now they found Mr. Brad Maddox.
Yeah.
And he was wearing the tightest vest a man could ever wear.
Didn't it look like they were trying to just show, look, he has muscles, we swear. It was just,
They had him shop at the boys department of Nordstrom's.
They really did. It was
Prince.
I was just looking at that going, okay, I'm not sure what he's trying to convey here. He's got a flannel shirt on, so you're like, maybe he's a badass, but he's got the tightest vest known to humankind, so he's a little kid? It looks like his mom dressed him.
He's the toughest little kid in the world.
Yes, he is.
I'm Brad Maddox. I'm gonna get you right back.
That's just, boy. Yeah.
They actually have uncovered the archival footage, quote unquote, on WWE.com of Brad Maddox fighting Ryback in Florida.
Really? So, wow, okay.
Because Brad Maddox is a developmental talent that was in OVW.
Yeah.
So, and the video footage is just Ryback beating the piss out of him.
Well, yeah, I mean, let's just get to what happens. Simply is that he gives the whole sob story about how he was in the developmental territory and everybody told him, I'll never be a WWE superstar. And then he just is just like, I want a contract. Which, the crowd were just like,
so I'm gonna crotch Ryback.
Yeah,
and make a name for
first
myself
of all,
by crotching Ryback.
The guy, he was trying so hard to cry that it didn't make any sense. It just come off as ridiculous.
I just want to
be a WWE superstar. And so his whole big fucking plan is, I'm gonna crotch the guy and help the other guy win, and then I want a contract, and I
want a match with
Ryback. I want a match with Ryback.
Because at this point, screw it.
Yeah.
This point, I'm all in, so why not?
Yes, and that happens. So then, of course, Vince McMahon comes down, and I'm sorry, every time I hear that "no chance," I get giddy. Something good's gonna happen, because fuck you if you hate Vince, but eat a dick, because I love him.
That was harsh.
I don't care. He's awesome. So he comes out and tells... I'm literally begging for him to just go down there and tell him he's fired in the way only Vince can. Yeah. But no, he actually obliges. And it's just like, okay.
He's like, you got a death wish,
next
kid?
week, yeah. Next week, if you beat Ryback, I'll give you $1 million contract, which is kind of funny considering... Nobody in the company has $1 million contract, as far as I'm aware.
I guess they're figuring, you know what? I'll give you $1 million contract because it's so impossible.
Yeah, and
rich
somehow,
evil white guy laugh. Credits.
Yeah, pretty much. So my prediction is that even though they went on and on and on about how he says,
Maddox gonna win.
Oh yeah, Maddox is definitely going to win.
I can guarantee you, Punk is going to screw.
Well, it's the
that's the Babe Ruth calling it.
Which is where I was going to get at, where Maddox flat out was just like, oh, Punk had no idea, and Paul Heyman had no idea.
Oh no,
bullshit.
No. I'm not saying that they're all in cahoots.
I'm
saying that Punk. What I'm saying is that Punk. Wants
Punk
to just screw McMahon.
And he'll also return the favor as well. But no. They're in cahoots somehow. They're definitely... I mean, there's no way they're not. It's too good... It's too juicy a storyline to not. Although, at the same time, this is the WWE, so they probably won't do that at all.
So, we have plenty of time. I mean, we're blasting through Raw.
Well, no, I'm not done. I'm not done with Raw, actually, since I actually watched it.
There's still plenty more.
All right.
But I just wanted to bring the show to a screeching halt
and
bring up Vicky Guerrero.
Let's not do that just yet, because I will get to that. I mean... What is wrong with her? What is wrong with her?
Plenty.
What is wrong with her?
She's a cougar, sir.
What is wrong with her? But
she has power. She's the Super Nintendo of Raw.
Very much. Yes, she's the Super Nintendo of Raw. What is wrong with her? Okay, go to your point, and then I'll bring up what I wanted to mention about Raw.
I don't know why they're still going with the AJ scandal.
Yeah, it doesn't seem...
Especially now that, because Vince McMahon made the triple threat, he took Punk and Ryback out of the Survivor Series match.
Yeah.
And stuck them in with John Cena to make a triple threat match, basically because they didn't have faith that the Team Foley versus Team Punk is going to bring buy rates.
Well, no.
So,
here's my... First of all, I love the way Vince walked her through everything. I love how he was just like, oh, well, you wouldn't do that. That was fucking brilliant. Mm-hmm. My question is...
If you say Dolph Ziggler again, I'm going to fire you on the spot.
That was awesome. But my main concern... Okay, let's go with the AJ Cena thing. Let's just get it out there. Is the storyline done?
I hope
because it doesn't...
It's not going anywhere.
It never went anywhere. And I mean,
Every week they're just showing the same footage over and over and over again.
The only way this will go anywhere is if this is the... much oft-rumored Cena heel turn. Which I don't see ever happening.
No.
But that would be the only reason for this storyline to exist.
Heel with HAS's valet?
I guess.
I
don't know. I mean, that's the only thing I could think.
And Vicky Guerrero had, 5 different camera angles.
Yeah, I mean...
Because she had, 5 different dudes with security footage that wanted to send her in.
I did notice that she fucked up.
Yeah?
In the beginning, when she was talking about it, she literally said to John Cena, I don't know which one fucked up, actually. I don't know if it was her or Cena. But she's just like, oh, here's the footage. When she showed the first footage of AJ going into the room. Mm-hmm. And then she's like, what I think she was supposed to say was, now here's another footage that proves that, she was with you. But she actually told Cena, here, it's another camera angle, but here's this. And then he... Once it was done, literally just turned to her and went, that's a different camera angle. I'm not sure which one fucked up.
I don't know.
But somebody did.
Do you give credit, though, to Cena for saying that...
I was going to bring that up.
His wrestling move?
I was going to bring that up.
Learning another wrestling move.
That was the thing I mentioned earlier that made me laugh. I was like, you know what? My hat's off to him. Because that was...
oh my god, the machine's self-aware.
Yeah, exactly. He fucking... And it was actually really good because when he asked the crowd, he's just like, I have 5, right? Wait. 4? Do tackles count? Okay, now I have 5. All right, I know. My hat's off to him. That was fucking hilarious, and that reminds me of way back in the day when as I've said before, potentially on the show, when he was a mid-carder, I liked him.